Here I am. I'm going to do something different today. I'm just going to kind of get out of my little thing of doing fill, and I want to do a song using my Warwick signature bass that I talked about in one of the other videos, the gear video. One of the greatest parts of my career for me has been the variety of artists that I've had the pleasure of working with over the years. And one of the most interesting artists I got to work with was Lyle Lovett. I started with him on his Large Band album, and then did a bunch of records with him, Road to Ensenada. I can't remember titles of things, but and then I got to tour with him with the Large Band. And I'll tell you, there's nothing more exhilarating than being on stage with 16 other musicians that are just smoking. I give Lyle so much credit for being willing to take that big an entourage on tour with him. There's a power to that number that's pretty spectacular in concert, and everybody is like an A-list player. I mean, the guys, it's a couple of the seats have rotated. I mean, you look at keyboards and you have Matt Rawlings most of the time, and then Jim Cox comes in, and just all these guys. Russ Kunkel's been playing drums with him now for a number of years, and it was great to be out with Russ doing another kind of music together. But one of the most fun songs we've got to play was called "That's Right, I'm Not From Texas," or "That's Right, You're Not From Texas." I'm so crap with titles. "That's Right, You're Not From Texas." Let's just call it "That's Right." That way we're cool. I love playing this song live, and so I just thought I would throw that one in as a kind of a sorbet in my Phil Collins meal that we've been serving before the final courses come up. I'll throw something else in for you. So I hope you're all doing okay. I took the pups out for a nice long walk this morning, and now it's clouded over, and it's potentially going to rain today, mild rain. But once again, it is so bizarre to be out on streets that normally are just crowded with people, to see them deserted. It's like some B sci-fi movie out here. But I'm scared. I'm scared shitless to see what's going on with this whole movement of everybody, going against their governor's wishes and wanting to hit the streets and everything. And man, I don't want to see me or my family or friends die because of somebody's stupidity. So, man, heed warnings and be smart about this, because this isn't something to be taken lightly. There have been a lot of deaths, and there's going to be a lot more deaths. And I know people that have died, and I know people that are incredibly ill. This ain't the flu. So, be cognizant. If you don't care about your life, be aware of the people around you, that they value their lives too. So don't do anything to put them in danger. And again, thank you so much for all of, at this point, first responders. My God, there's such a segment of the population that's first responding, from hospital doctors, nurses, all the people that are cleaning the hospitals and doing all the work in them, all the people that are stocking our shelves and delivering goods, and just taking care of daily things that we need to function as a society. And they're all putting themselves in harm's way for the good of the numbers. So I'm trying not to be preachy here on my YouTube channel. I'll save that for my Facebook channel if I ever get let back on again. And people were kind of talking to me about that. I did my little rant about being blocked for 30 days again. Please understand, my anger is the fact that I'm usually blocked on an average of 150 days a year by Facebook, and many times for things that I've never posted, and there's no record of it on my page. Yet you have no recourse with that site to contest it. And every time I've tried, it won't accept my complaining. So, okay, let's just go on with "That's Right." And this is with my my Warwick signature bass for a change other than my Dingwall. So let me reach over here and get us started.
We're not always from where we're from.
It's Lyle.
Maybe some of you folks are in that same position. I'd like to dedicate this song to you.
Show
Man, playing like Texas swing like that with a bunch of great cats, Lyle, man, it is a trip. It is a joy to do. Um, I've over the years traded off bass seats on tour with the amazing, remarkable Victor Krause, who would play upright with Lyle. It's Alison Krause's brother. He's just a monstrous upright player. I love him to death. He's a pretty special musician. But all the cats in that band are just great. And Lyle is absolutely one of the most unique artists I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And I really cherish every tour, every album that I've done with him. So, I mean, that was it for today. I just thought I would throw out something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing lots of different things because Phil, there's a few more things. I'm going to do probably a few things from Brother Bear maybe and Tarzan, because a lot of people kind of came on the Phil Collins train at that period. So they weren't even that familiar with the early stuff or Genesis, but they knew him from the animated films and things. And some really good songs in that period too. One of the fun stories was, I believe it was in Tarzan, one of the big songs from it, Tina Turner sang. And when we did the premiere in New York, Tina flew in from Switzerland, where she lives, to do it. And it was amazing. It was so amazing. She came walking into the theater, and they added a whole bunch of extra singers for this, where normally we would have 4 singers. So I think we ended up with like 12 or 16 or something like that, big choir thing. And Tina comes walking in and walks right up to all the singers, says, "Let me hear you, let me hear you, let me hear you," lines them all up, sets them around their mics, gets a balance with everybody. I mean, it was a master class in how to put background vocalists together. And the thing that was beautiful was Chester was playing drums on that, but Phil was also just playing drums on it. And he was sitting at the back of the stage on his drum kit. And when this was going on up front, I looked back at him and he just looked at me and he went, he was so thrilled to be just playing drums and no responsibility. Let her do the vocals, let her kind of line things up. And it was beautiful. And Phil's the kind of guy that it won't happen anymore, but if he was walking down the street and you didn't know who he was and you broke into a conversation with him for some reason, and you said to him, "What do you do?" The first thing Phil would say is, "I'm a drummer." In his heart, that's really what Phil is. And he's probably one of the best drummers I've ever played with in my life. His pocket and his feel is so deep. And I've had the joy of working with the best drummers in the world, and he ranks right up there. If you go back and look at the early Genesis, Brand X, any of that stuff where Phil's playing, he's really good. So it was just great to watch him like sitting back and just relinquishing his responsibility for a song, just letting Tina run with it, and he just got to sit back there and play. And he had a big Cheshire cat grin on his face. That was a beautiful thing to see. So that's it for today. Please be safe out there. Please take care of yourselves. You're all important. Everybody's important, and we shouldn't be put in harm's way because of knuckleheads that aren't listening and are buying nonsense that's being spewed. So take care of yourselves. Your lives and your family's lives and your friends' lives are important. So I will see you tomorrow, and I'll either do Phil again or I'll find something else to do. But I'm just digging hanging out with you. I just finished doing an a cappella, another track, an old Jimmy Reed song that we're doing as with the band with Cooch singing it. And I love the fact that I'll tell the story tomorrow. It's kind of a long, but it's a pretty cool story. So I will tell you about, I'll try to remember to talk about Jimmy Reed and that whole period tomorrow. So take good care of yourselves, sending you my heart, my soul, and I will see you then. I'm going to hit the button and say goodbye.